Do you remember when women chose the bear over the man? Well, let me tell you about men's rebuttal to that. The woman or the tree. The truth behind the satire. For months, the social media was consumed by a single hypothetical. Would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? It was a question that sparked a global conversation about female safety, male violence, and the predictability of predators. But as with any viral moment, a sharp rebuttal emerged. It is called the woman or the tree. On the surface, it looks like a satirical mirror. If women would rather face a predator than a man, many men began to argue that they would rather face a literal plant than a woman. But as we dig deeper, this is not just a gender war meme. It is a profound social commentary on the breakdown of the social contract, the fear of legal ruin, and the point where a partner becomes a liability. When men were asked, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a woman or a tree? The answer was increasingly the tree over a woman. Well, why, one might ask? Because unlike the bear debate, which is about physical survival, the tree debate is about systemic survival. The logic breaks down into 4 pillars. First, zero legal risk. The most common argument is the fear of false accusations. Proponents argue that a tree will not report a false claim to the police. It cannot file a false harassment claim. It cannot trigger a legal system that many men feel is geared toward guilty until proven innocent, favoring women over men. In short, a tree cannot ruin your life with a social media post. Second, predictability. Just as women argue a bear is honest about its instincts, men argue a tree is static. There is no hidden agenda, no sudden change of heart, and no retroactive reinterpretation of a past interaction. Third, no judgment. A tree does not have expectations of your behavior, your income, or your status. And fourth, peace and quiet. It represents a total lack of emotional labor, drama, or conflict. Critics often call this a false equivalency. They argue that a bear will kill you, while women are not seen as an automatic threat to men. But from the perspective of the tree argument, this ignores the reality of social and legal harm. In the modern world, an accusation of rape, abuse, or inappropriate behavior is the nuclear option. Even without a conviction, the mere filing of an accusation can lead to the loss of a career, the loss of children, and total social ostracization. When a man chooses the tree, he is choosing an environment where his freedom is guaranteed. He is choosing to avoid a situation where his life could be ended not by claws and teeth, but by a legal statement, like the Me Too movement, for example. Perhaps the most complex part of this debate is the psychological feedback loop. In modern society, men are often encouraged to be vulnerable and open, but many men report a recurring trauma. They feel their vulnerabilities are eventually weaponized against them during conflict. When a man's deepest fears are used as ammunition in an argument, a psychological scar is formed. This creates the very behavior women fear. To protect himself, the man develops an unhealthy emotional armor. He becomes cold, detached, and cynical. Women see this defense mechanism and perceive it as a red flag or a sign of danger. What we are seeing is a cycle. Behavioral risks, like the weaponization of vulnerability or the threat of accusation, create a distrustful man. That man's disdain then creates the dangerous energy that makes women choose the bear. It is a circle with no winners. The final layer of the tree argument is one of utility. A tree is more than just safe. It is reliable. A tree provides lumber for a dwelling. It provides fruit for food. It is a pure asset. In this worldview, the social contract has shifted so far that both men and women no longer see each other as a partner in building a life, but as a potential liability. Think about the math of a survivalist mindset. Interacting with a tree allows a man to spend his energy building. He cuts wood and builds a home. The tree cooperates with his labor. Interacting with a woman in a high-risk social climate means spending energy defending. He has to watch his words, manage emotions, and maintain a legal perimeter to ensure his safety. Many men are reaching a point where they would rather live a hard life of physical labor and isolation than a risky life where their survival depends on the continued goodwill of a person who holds the power to ruin them. Ultimately, the woman or the tree is not a joke. It is a signal of the Great Retraction. We have reached a stalemate of fear. Women are retreating from men to avoid physical liability. Men are retreating from women to avoid legal and psychological liability. When the social contract between the genders becomes a series of risks to be managed rather than a bond to be nurtured, everyone loses. The tree offers peace, food, and shelter, but it cannot offer companionship. The fact that so many men find that trade-off acceptable is a warning sign that the bridge of trust is not just cracked, it has collapsed. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this, leave a comment and let us know what you would like to see covered. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.